Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Good to have you again. This is the R4M Studios ready for marriage. And I'm prolific, and it's going to be an amazing evening. An amazing evening. We'll have a very beautiful, interesting, engaging, entertaining conversation this evening. Yeah, this evening. I mean, if you're a lover boy, this is something you shouldn't miss, okay? If you're a lover boy, this is something you shouldn't miss. If you're a lady and you really love love, this is one topic you shouldn't miss. Yesterday, I just backtrack a little bit. Yesterday, we talked about the things that make people grow cold in their relationship, right? And we highlighted a few things. We talked about see finish and a whole lot of stuff. So you should go back to watch the previous live show from last night just in case you missed it. Okay, this is R4M Studios. This is the very platform where will make meeting your partner easy. Yeah, we'll make it so easy for you. If you're looking for that man, that dream man you've always envisioned, this is the very place that you get to meet your dream man, your dream woman. We'll make the process easy. Beyond just having to make you meet people here that you would want to get married to, because we don't believe in playing games, we believe in good, godly, happy marriage ultimately. We also share tips right here on R4M Studios. We have people coming also to share tips in podcasts and a whole lot of goodies that we have here for you in R4M. Okay, so just a quick one before we go into today's topic. So we have the photo contest ongoing. We have a couple of people who have been, you know, sending in to be a part of this contest. We just need your face, your posture, a good confident pose, okay, without an AI or a selfie. We don't we don't do selfie, okay? So get a very good camera, go to a studio, get a very good edited picture and send in your picture for the entry. And the star prize is actually a whole million naira. I mean, for Tinubu regime, a million naira is a big deal. Okay, so yeah, a whole million naira is the prize, is the star prize. We also have a 500,000, and we have um, a 200,000. Okay, sorry, just one sec. Okay, sorry, had a bit of challenge with my audio. Okay, so yeah, we want to give you 1 million naira in this economy. Okay, that's a big deal. I mean, that's a big deal. You didn't have to pay money for you to look as beautiful as you are. You didn't have to bribe God to look as handsome as you are. That's the same way we're actually asking you to send in your pictures. You don't have to pay money for you to win a million naira. But then you have to follow us on every social media platform and also tell your folks, tell your family, tell your friends. If you have enemies, fine. Tell your enemies, tell your local government chairman that they should support you, like your picture, post, share, whatever it is that needs to be done for you to be the winner of this photo contest. Okay. Also on R4M, we have our our app upcoming. Okay, we have our app upcoming, and I mean, it's an app you really do need. Okay, it's an app you really do need. So it's you're going to be learning a lot just beyond having to meet people. You will have to, I mean, it's going to teach you a lot from leadership to personality, things that you need to do for yourself to be a better person. So it's um okay. So do we have to? record for a bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So just 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, and we'll be back. Okay. Okay. Please do well to like this video, to share, to subscribe for those who are coming in on for the first time. Please do well to share, to like, to subscribe. Okay, we have beautiful content right here on the R4M Studios. So please, don't hoard. Okay, don't hoard. One of the best way, one of the easiest ways for you to get stuff is to give. Okay, it's an amazing principle. There's that person that hoards and he ends up in want, he ends up in lack. And then there's the one who scatters and he has so much more in his barn. So please do well to like, to share this video so you can have a whole lot of other people get to learn and enjoy this program. Okay? I don't know. Are we set to go? 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 Okay. All right. So today we're going to be looking at the topic, things to spice up your relationship. Things you need to do to spice up your relationship. I mean, your relationship is beautiful. Your relationship is good already, but you just want to spice it up, okay? You just want a little more extra. Just before we go into the topic for today, I'd like to just go online and see who is on the live show, who has joined us on the live show. Okay, as usual, we have the first person in the person of Aboki Surplus. Okay, hi Aboki Surplus, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I was waiting for your how you doing. I'm not gonna hear how you're doing, but it's good to have you online. So I'm still waiting for a few more people because there's so much content to dish out, and I wouldn't want anyone left out. All right, I won't want anyone left out. So I think there was a question that was asked some time back. I don't know if it was Harvard. And a question was asked between good, better, and best, which is better? Which do you prefer? All right. And people gave best, and someone chose better. Okay, someone chose better. And I actually believe in better. Why do I believe in better? Because best has a destination, best has a point. Once you get to a peak, a zenith, which is the best, it ends there. You can't do anything more. But better keeps improving, okay? Better keeps improving daily. Good is good, and that's just what it is. Good is not exactly excellent, okay? Good is not exactly excellent. So we're here to just see how we can improve, get better in our relationships, okay? So yeah, I'm still waiting for a few more people online. I'm still waiting for a few more people. So yeah, things to do to spice up your relationship. Things to do to spice up your relationship. So yeah, I was going to mention the very first thing. Yesterday I started by saying see finish, and I intentionally used that very first tip as part of the things that make people grow cold, when they're in a relationship. And I had to use that Nigerian slang because we could actually relate to it. Today I also have another Nigerian slang, and I'm wondering, not really slang, it's just the way, we put stuff, but I think I'm going to today reverse the order. I'm going to do that probably as the last tip. So, what do you need to do to spice up your relationship? If you're just joining us, please do well to share your ideas, share your perspective. What do you think has helped you in your own relationship to make it sweeter, to make it more lovey-dovey? Okay, we'd like to know, we'd like to hear from you. So please do well to share with us. So The first thing I like to start with is it's something everybody can relate to. It's something everybody loves. Just the same way everybody loves to be loved, right? Even though some people they do macho man, but deep down, people want to be loved. People want to be cared for. People want to know that they matter. All right. So this very first tip is something that if you intentionally engage in it a little more, you're definitely going to um, enjoy your relationship a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to start with the very serious one and then I'll go to the less serious ones, but they are all very important. So I'm going to start with listening more. Very important. Listening more, listening more, listening more, listening more, listening more. Listening more has a way of endearing people to you. Okay, people could listen to you talk, people could hear you share ideas, and that's beautiful, right? But it is a totally different ball game when you're in a relationship with someone and the person sees you like adulam. The person sees you as a haven of comfort. The person sees you as that place, that person where he or she could just pour everything, just say everything as it is, and not be scared of being judged. I mean, being judged is one phrase in this generation that people don't use, they don't even misuse them, yeah? But the truth is, people are endeared to you when they know that you would listen and not just casually listen. I mean, you have people who listen and they're pressing their phone. So, babe, are you listening? Yeah, I did hear you. Let me just, I did try to reply my Ogaf office, you know. Sorry, can you were saying, so you said the meat seller did what? Your change wasn't complete. That way you don't have the person's attention. You don't earn the respect. You don't, there's no synergy, right, when that happens. So listening more is one way you can spice up your relationship. Perhaps you're already a good listener, but you could be a lot more intentional when it comes to you having to listen a lot more. Okay, so the second thing I want to run I'd like to share with us, the second thing I'd like to share with us before I begin to get our perspectives and our comments, the second thing I'd like to share with us is pay for a service. Pay for a service. Pay for a service for your partner. Pay for a service. That is one way you can spice things up. Pay for a service. For instance, your guy or your lady works Monday to Saturday and hardly has time, for laundry and all of that. And I totally understand how it is where, in relationship, you should have boundaries and then, maybe accept you're ill, okay? Accept you're ill. But they're just boundaries and people's relationships differ. So there are dynamics to these things. So there are cases where the lady would have to come help the guy wash. And I know that's been abused. I know people talk down on that and they say stuff like, oh, you're trying to play wife and the guy is going to dump you. No. There are exceptions, okay? There are exceptions, like I said, in cases where, there's a health challenge, right? But you could have two busy people in a relationship and you decide that, oh, my guy or oh, my lady doesn't have time to do his or her laundry. So I'm going to pay for a service. Okay. So now if you have to go to the house and get the clothes so you could take it to the laundry, that's good. Okay. That's acts of service. That's good. However, you could decide to make it like a surprise and maybe get someone to come around and do the washing. If it's for your babe, you get a lady to come do it in the house. If it's a guy, you could get a guy to come do, there are guys around who are looking for menial jobs. And you could just say what's going on and then the person gets there and then you call, babe, is so person there? Yes, okay. So this person is going to be helping you either clean the house or, do your laundry or something, very important. It has a way of making your partner feel appreciated. it has a way of also speaking volumes when it comes to thoughtfulness. One of the components of love is thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness. Love is tolerant, and love is thoughtful. Okay, love is thoughtful. So you do things intentionally that makes your partner know that you are thinking about them. Okay, that's very important. Okay, I have Jacinta in the building. Jacinta, I miss you. Where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Hi, Jacinta. Good evening. It's good to have you online. What did you miss? It's only one tip that you missed. But for you, because you're my guy, I will rewind. I will do revision before exam. I will do revision of what I said earlier on, okay? So the first tip, tonight we're talking about how to spice up your relationship. And the first tip I gave was to listen more. And if you're already a listener, listen some more. When you listen some more, you earn people's confidence. You earn people's trust. It makes them trust you, okay, when you listen more. And it also has a way of showing you respect them, okay? It has a way of showing your partner that you respect him or her, okay, when you listen more. And that was the first tip. And then the second tip is pay for a service, okay? Pay for a service. And I was saying, if both of you are busy and you work perhaps, Monday to Saturday or even Monday to Sunday, pay for a service. I talked about house chore, getting some, but it could also be a spa. Okay, so your baby is complaining, baby, I'm always this back pain because of the nature of my work and all of that. And unfortunately, you the guy, you probably know how to massage you, but the problem is just that your hand is like Olumo rock. The more you massage her, the more pain she feels. Right? So you could just pay for a service, get her to a spa. Okay, and you could even make it so beautiful that you don't have to necessarily be the one to take her. Just get their number, send her number, and then let them call her and just surprise her. And it's vice versa. Okay, so pay for a service. Pay now, not just paying for a service. Okay, not just paying for a service, but paying for a service that is extremely expedient, if I want to speak English. What that means is paying for a service that they actually need. Okay? You could also pay for a random service that they don't exactly need, right? But when you pay for a service that is needed, that actually reduces workload or stress for your partner, it then shows how thoughtful you are. Your partner begins to say, oh, babe, you mean, because sometimes, and this happens a lot, many times the lady is talking and the guy is just quiet. Babe, are you not hearing me? I'm listening to you. Babe, what are we going to do about this? Babe, and the guy just says, don't worry, it will be sorted. But babe, I mean, time, this one. Don't worry. Many times men love to say less and do more, right? So when you pay for a service that your lady needs, for instance, it shows that those times when you were actually quiet and she was talking, you actually were listening. And beyond listening, you actually had of taking not just an action, but an action that would actually cushion the stress she's going through. Okay? And also, like I said, this is vice versa. Relationships shouldn't be parasitic. Relationships shouldn't be one-sided. There's this entitlement mentality that, I should just be baby girl, make guy kill himself. And we forget the fact that this guy will go kill himself for you. Now, person picking himself be. Just like you said, na person picking. And if you be babe and you fine, he said, na fine boy. You understand? So, relationship shouldn't be parasitic. Relationship should be complementary. So pay for a service for both of you. Pay for a service that you need. Pay for a service that cushions stress, that eases stress for the both of you. All right? So I talked about listening more. it has a way of endearing a person, your partner in particular, to you. Okay? And please don't listen more to random people more than to your own partner. It doesn't add up. Okay? You begin to breed jealousy and trust and all of that. So place your partner, make your partner a priority. Okay, so I talked about listening more. I talked about pay for a service. And now I want to talk about random, I like this one, random romantic text messages on a busy day. Random, in fact, it to be a busy day. Random romantic text messages. Random romantic text messages. And when I say romantic, right, when some people hear the word romantic, they just begin to think, but me, I'm not be poet. Me, I'm not good with words. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. Random romantic, first off, it has to be heartfelt. You know, when you write certain kind of messages or you say certain things, your partner knows you, right? Your partner knows how you talk. So, your partner knows when you copy Wole Soyinka to impress him or her. Okay, so that doesn't cut it. So in being romantic, you have to be, first off, you have to be yourself. You have to be real. And then you have to be sensitive to understand what your partner needs from you. That makes it romantic. The thoughtfulness, the realness, the originality, and the timing makes it romantic. And then not just what you do, but how you do what you do. In fact, romance in itself is an art. This topic won't spoil because I'm about to enter a totally different thing. I feel like just talking about the art of romance. Hey, they're going to say prolific don't spoil. Well, I'm doing my job to help you have a spicy relationship. There's an art to romance. There's an art to spicing your relationship. For instance, the way a man will hold a guy is not the way a guy will hold a babe. God forbid, except you are gay. You will not find a guy put his hand on the waist of another guy. I beg, I don't even want to imagine it. So, but even the way we speak, right, our tone of voice differs with gender, okay? So it's important. So the art of romance is key. And when you hear romance, don't sign out and say, oh no, I'm not a poet. You don't have to be a poet to be romantic with your words. I'll give you an instance, right? So I've been in a relationship where I dated someone, let me put it that way. I've dated someone who didn't like so much words, right? And I craft words, right? I'm a wordsmith. I craft words, but so she's not so much of a talker. So this is what I do in the midst of our busy day, because I know her schedule. She knows my schedule. We have two busy schedules. So what do? I don't even have the time. Sometimes I dump the phone. So what do? I just type something as short as on my mind. I'm telling you, on my mind is as big as you writing a whole book. So Oga does a shout for babe. Why are you this? You're being sluggish. You mean the report is not ready? And she's just getting exhausted and she wishes she could just call you and just cry and say, babe, I'm tired. This is my boss. Then she picks up her phone and she just says, on my mind. I'm telling you, that pressure, that pain, that whatever just has a way of dissolving. Even if it doesn't dissipate totally, it has a way of making her know that I might be having a tough time at work, but I have a partner who is thinking about me and he cares about me. And then that means also that after work, I can go and offload all the stress on him or her. Okay? So, random romantic text messages in the middle of a busy day has a way of spicing your relationship. Okay? So sometimes the babe or the guy just wants to, he's just been on the system for like 2 hours and he just thinks to himself, be like say, babe, don't send me a message. And then you run to your phone. So you see, you're being productive in your day, but no matter how busy you get, there's just this thing about text messaging that has a way of bringing you back to your partner. So you're not totally detached from your partner. So the guy is on the system and he's working for 2 hours, and and he remembers how the babe always reminds him to try and eat or at least have a snack while working. And it's like, thank God for good woman. Oh. And then he picks up his phone and he sees stuff like, thinking of you. I mean, that just brightens your day. So the next time you're in an office and you guys have cubicles and you have transparent glasses and you just see the babe pick her phone, and suddenly, you know, on a normal day, her dimple will not show. But as she picked that phone, her dimple start to show. She just dey blush. Just know, say, her guy, don't send her, I love you. You don't have to write so much. But again, like I said, love is about the thoughtfulness. Love is about the intentionality. Love is about being deliberate. And it is about being real. It's about being original. It is about it coming from your heart. So let me digress just a little bit. So I hear people say stuff like, oh no, I'm not a writer, I'm not a writer, or I'm not a poet and all of that. And I don't totally agree, but I understand what they're saying, and you can relate it to love. I understand what they're saying. So what many times when people say they are not good writers or they're not poets, what they're invariably saying is that I don't know how to use figurative expressions to express myself. But the truth is, every human being is a writer, can be a good writer. Why? Because the primary elementary ingredients to writing is you being original. It's basically expression. It's basically about expression. So you see, prose and poetry are not the same. Prose is straight to the point. Prose has a way of explaining everything. Poetry has a way of compressing words and leaving you to guess. So in poetry, you have something called implicature, for instance. Now, implicature is where you get the word imply. Okay? Implicature is to imply. So it's the same thing when we talk about the art of romance. Okay? Romance has a way of tickling your feeling, arousing your feeling, and then leaving you to do the rest of the journey. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this, but instead of doing prose kind of love, where you just say, babe, how far? How you dey? How are you? Have you eaten? A lot of ladies hate that question. Have you eaten? I mean, it's boring. Play around. I mean, involve the art to it. Involve the art to it. And that's why I was saying, you don't have to type so much. You could just say, I love you. You could just say, I'm thinking about you. You could just say, you're on my mind. I'm telling you, in the midst of the stress, in the midst of, she just has a way of melting. He just has a way of saying, God, thank you for a good woman. Okay? So I think I've stressed that point enough. So I'm going to go to the third point, but before I go to the third point, I'd like to see if we have anyone sharing their idea of how to spice up their relationship or how they've been spicing up their relationship, especially if you are, what's the word now? Especially if you're a Casanova, if you're a veteran in this love game. Please, would like to hear you share with us, what have you been doing? What have you been doing to spice up your love life? There's one particular point that I can't wait to get to this point. When I say this particular point, Baba, all of Nagwa agree with me. Say that is a universal point for all Nigerians. It's a universal point, but I'm going to give that point. I'm going to make it the last point, okay? I'm not going to put it up yet. So I've talked about listen more. If you listen more, you have a way of making your partner endeared to you. You earn their trust. I've talked about pay for a service. She could be having back pain, whatever it is. Pay for a spa, okay? If he's a guy who likes to work out, pay his next month's gym money. And if you say, but I'm a babe, he's a guy, he should be doing all the paying. Duh. I mean, if you don't believe in a future with this guy, then you won't invest in him. Okay? So except nothing it and you do. But if you really believe in him, do something, pay for his service. Okay? And then thirdly, I talked about sending romantic, random love messages. Okay? Romantic love messages. Then I want to talk about number 4. Well, number 4 is not so far apart from romantic romantic text messages. Number 4 is surprise gifts. Surprise gifts, especially on special days. Of course, we know special days could be your birthday, could be your relationship or marriage anniversary, but on special days, and sometimes it doesn't really have to be a special day. Okay? Just get something. You know, I like how my pastor will say it. Pastor Teaser, he'll be like, so you swing hand, come. You go visit babe, you just swing hand, empty hand, come. You know, it doesn't tell well. It doesn't tell well. You know, so just surprise your partner. And like I said, this is not restricted to just send surprise your partner with a gift. And by a gift, you see, again, I think this is just the word for today, thoughtfulness. Spicing your relationship is hinged on your thoughtfulness. It's hinged on your thoughtfulness. So before you begin to say, oh, I don't have money, oh, we've not been paid, oh, yada, yada, yada. No. It is in the little, let me shock you. Do you know that buying just Choco Milo for your babe can make her jump on you and praise you and talk about you to her friends? That's if he's a good woman, sha. I have to put the caveat because there are some that will kill you before your time. But what am I saying? Am I saying your babe or your guy is special? They are valuable. Am I saying you should get mediocre? No. I'm not talking about being a mediocre. If you have money to buy a phone, please do. But what I'm saying is the thoughtfulness. Now, if my babe buys me Choco Milo and she buys maybe a pack of Choco Milo. See, what is a pack? See, if she even buys me just 2 cubes of Choco Milo, I can bet you that I would hug her tightly. Why? Because you just created a nostalgic feeling for me. Do you understand? You just created a nostalgic feeling for me. You just probably brought up a memory, you know, for me, and I would just, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it is important that you are thoughtful, especially if it's if there's something your partner has mentioned over time that he or she likes. For instance, if you're my friend on social media, you will know my love language. You know my love language. My love language is even on formal CVs. When I put up all the formalities and yada 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 that I can do, the last thing is pancake lover. If you offend me, let me do advert. If you offend me, you don't need to say, I'm sorry, I did not mean, I don't need your apology. Just make me pancake. Angama. Now imagine that I don't like eba and egusi. Then you are making eba and egusi. And you're giving me eba and egusi to appease me, not to be upset. Please, is it going to work? Mba. You see, that's where thoughtfulness comes in. Okay? That's where thoughtfulness comes in. So you have to understand your partner to be able to give a surprise gift that they actually appreciate. Sometimes some partners just accept some gifts because they are trying to be courteous. But you're collecting a gift that you cannot use. You cannot be proud to tell your friends that they bought this thing for me. Do you understand? Or because say the guy they work for bank, you can't go buy one brown shoe it don't fade. Do you understand? So get quality gifts, and it doesn't have to be big or expensive. It is the thoughtfulness. Okay? So let's move fast. I want to check if we have anyone. So we've talked about listen more, pay for a service, random text messages in the middle of busy day, surprise gifts, especially on special days. I mean, how can you forget? How can you forget your your guy's birthday? How? How does it? As in, how? How do you forget your babe's birthday? Okay, how do you forget the day that the babe said yes to you? That means that yes did not mean anything to her. She should collect her yes back and walk away. Do you understand? So, in thoughtfulness of gifts, in thoughtfulness of gifts that is useful to your partner, you also have to look at special days. You have to look at special days. You have to, and you know, it sounds like it's a joke when I say the day she said yes to you, but it's important. Let me tell you how it can be. I can be as crazy as saying I am celebrating the day I met you. So if I met you June 12th, when people are crying for June 12th running to their village in 1993, Abiola, yada yada, me, I'm celebrating that that's the day I met you. So I celebrate my anniversary with you. Then I will celebrate the day you gave me the first gift. I'll mark it and I'll celebrate it with you. Then I will celebrate the day you talk to me anyhow. I'll celebrate it. It's a milestone. You see, love is not just lovey-dovey every day. There are days you get upset. But it's part of the things that helps you know what the person can take, what their threshold is. Okay? It helps you to be real. So you celebrate those days. You talk about it. Ah, babe, I remember 1 year ago. Kai, your head dey hot oh. Now you like this don't humble. See how love they take. Do you understand? So be able to celebrate special days and celebrate it with a gift. Okay, so we have a comment here from Aboki Surplus. I didn't even read what he said. I just went to the end and I just saw that he's putting laugh. I just know he just wants to say one rubbish thing. So let me just read Aboki Surplus's rubbish. He said, if you offend me, this is what you need to do for me to forgive you. Just prepare pounded yam and egusi soup with goat meat only not obanka. only this is where that's why you know work for bank when I go tell you it's 1 billion only. All your salary for 6 years, can it reach 1 million? I need 1 billion only. Me, I just don't know that rubbish you want to talk. We are saying what suggests things that can spice relationship. Aboki always is hustling for goat meat. You will eat goat meat, goats that died in menopause. Then you have to be. Okay, so thank you very much, Aboki Surplus, for your comments. Anyway, yes, so please, that's what makes him happy. Pounded yam and goat meat. For me, it's pancakes. Okay, pancake is just I usually say it's the will of God for mankind. Okay, so please send in your comments. If you have a question, also feel free to ask your question. I can't wait for this very last one. No, can't wait for this very last one. Okay, so let me share one more tip on how you can spice your relationship. Okay, so I talked about surprise gifts, random surprise gifts. Sometimes, in fact, most times you shouldn't wait for a special day. Okay, you shouldn't wait for a special day. You go to her house and you see. See, ba, people they kid themselves. They say this love thing, ba, now one geometric progression. Love is complicated and love is simple. The middle point is understanding. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, this is real life. I have liked a girl that was not giving me face. I'll call her, she will not pick. She will not call back, and I felt insulted. You will see my call, you won't call back. You won't send text. Then later, she will now send text. After a while of calling, she will send text. I say, sorry, I'm busy. And your father no be senator. I'll call, you won't pick. Then you will send text, I'm busy. One day she invited me over to the house. I visited the house. You know, it was just so formal. Hi, how you doing? Okay, I just wanted to apologize. She even had sense to apologize. I said, oh, thank God. But I noticed something when I was walking into the house, the, what do you call it, the corridor, there was power, but there wasn't power in the bulb. Okay? Power is the general word. In Nigeria, we say lights. Lights no day. So yeah, power. There was no power in the bulb. I'm telling you, that's very little thing I noticed. There was light every other place. There was no light in the bulb, right? So I left that day. We just had a very straight conversation. And then the next day, I think she asked if I was in town. I told her yes. So she asked me to get meat for her and all of that, which I did. And on my way to the house, I branched to buy bulb. Bulb. Hello, sir. Is that bulb that opened our friendship? Today we are still friends. That opened that friendship and took it to a totally different level. Why? Just the thoughtfulness, the surprise and the thoughtfulness. Okay? Some other person will probably have maybe bought her a drink. She would appreciate it. But you know the zero to enter your house. Yes, it's her house, but that this guy doesn't owe me. He's not obligated to buy bulb for the house I am living in, right? But he still went ahead to do it. That's big, that's huge, right? This is one of the ways you can spice up your relationship with your partner, okay? And then I was going to talk about get her friends or his friends to throw surprise party. Get his friend or her friends to throw surprise parties. I have a couple of good friends like this who, when you know their parents or close friends or partners wants to, you know, have a birthday or something, they will call, oh, Prolific, please could you help me call Popsy or call Momsy or call so friend and sing them a happy birthday, right? The person doesn't even know you, okay? The person doesn't have to know you, the caller. But the fact that it's coming from their loved one makes them feel really appreciated. Okay? So, but beyond just using a stranger, get their friends. It brings it home more, especially someone who is introverted. Because most introverted people don't just want strangers, you know, showing up in their face or showing up in their spaces. So do well to find out who are the closest friends that she has or he has, all right? And then throw a party for them. When they see their friends and they see you, they'll be like, Omo, you went all the way to throw this party for me. It speaks volumes, okay? Okay, so I have two more to go. I just thought of one now that I want to give us as a bonus before I share the last one that I said every Nigerian can relate to, okay? Again, if you're just joining us, please do well to like and share this video, okay? Do well to like and share this live video. So two more to go from my end, and hopefully I get to hear from you. So another thing, so I've been talking about actions. I've talked about the action of listening, the action of sending, you know, surprise gifts, the action of throwing surprise birthday party. You know, it's just been action of paying for a service for your partner. Now I want to talk about verbal, not just action. You have to be a kind person in action and also be kind with your words. Very important. And it goes both ways. It's not a man thing, it's not a woman thing. You have to be kind. You have to be intentional in choosing your words for your partner. Sadly, I mean, no offense, please. But sadly, we have the ladies falter in this aspect more. You know, where the guy will probably not want to exchange words with you, but then you just say hurtful things and he walks away and you feel like you've won a fight, but you've lost your man. And then he finds someone else who praises him, who talks about, you know, his achievements, who talks about how he listens, who talks about. Let me leave it at that. But you need to be kind with your words. You need to be kind with your words. That is one of the ways, especially if your partner's love language is words of affirmation. Now, if you understand that one of your partner's love language is words of affirmation, then give it to him or her. Okay? I really don't get that point. I really don't get that point where people know people's love languages and they will not. I think that's going to probably be my next topic. So why won't you just do it if you're a guy? I mean, it doesn't take anything from you. In the long run, you want to have a happy, peaceful relationship. So why don't you do that thing that your partner wants from you? As long as you're not breaking the bank, as long as you're not having to lie, okay? Pick the qualities in your partner that you see and compliment them. In fact, the truth is sometimes your partner is so natural that they are doing certain things on default setting. But when you begin to mention those good qualities, what happens is that they become more intentional and it begins to amplify and they begin to do it more. Okay? So it is important. I think Aboki Surplus is going to help me at the reception again. Yeah? So it's important. It's important that you choose your words. It's important that you say the right words. It is important that I talked about the art of romance, okay? It's important that you artistically, you use words to cushion, you use words to pamper, you use words to, there's a word I'm looking for, you use words to, not lure is a negative word. You use words to endear, that's the word. Endear your partner with your words. Especially in Africa, well, I mean, the trend is changing now, right? The trend is changing now. So, but I mean, 20 years back, 30 years back, Africans didn't believe in being expressive. I mean, typical African alpha male men didn't believe in expressing love verbally, So, I mean, I was going to say something dirty, but, so this we have to understand the times that we're in. We're not in the past. Now people want to be affirmed. Okay? Now people want to be affirmed, but let me balance affirmation. If you're struggling with low self-esteem, please don't burden your partner. Sorry, I'm just being real with you. No offense. Don't burden your partner. See, not even just your partner. Don't depend on people's kind words to affirm how you feel or what you know about your worth. Find your worth. And when people affirm or when people compliment you, let it be just an addition. Okay? But in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, please do well to be careful with your words. Do well to choose your words. And I understand that we're humans. So sometimes you will miss it. Sometimes you're like, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Okay? Which leads me to the very next point, which is be quick. Be quick to say I'm sorry. Be quick to be. I get stories. I get real life stories. I've dated a girl for 2 years that said sorry 2 times. Inside the 2 years when she said that sorry 2 times, one, I beg her to say the sorry. So now only one sorry she say in 2 years. And when I say she say sorry in 2 years, she give me problem. So don't be saying that baby, she know they talk, she don't like wahala. You're gonna fight. But how are you? I don't get it. You can't have a peaceful relationship without apology. Why do you need apology? Because you're human. You're going to err. So as much as I'm saying, send gifts, send flower, send airtime, send data, you pay for a service. There are days that you will hurt your partner. And you can't afford to be waiting to be the one they would apologize to. And that even tells me that a lot of people don't even value their peace of mind and sanity. So your ego leaves you waiting, and the other person, they in her feelings, they wait for you too. Do you even know that when somebody offends you and you are the first to say, I am sorry, you put the person in an uncomfortable position? Because you're adult. Both of you know who was wrong. But you still come to say, I'm sorry. Omo, the person will be like, Baba, you sniff mosquito coil. That means I must apologize. So you already earned that respect. I know some people right now will say, I beg, who bigger person help? I don't want to be the bigger person. I don't care. These guys, see, it's not worth it. Because that guy will offend you. You will break up. When you move to the next guy, he will offend you. Will you break up? You move to the next guy. If he offend you, will you break up? No. So you have to factor in the fact that I must intentionally be quick. I'm intentionally also using that word quick. I must be quick to say I'm sorry. Not just saying I'm sorry, but I must be quick to say I'm sorry. So we have Israel Olayemi join us. Good to see you, Israel Olayemi. Very active last night. It's good to see you. Excuse me. Okay. So I had the last tip on my plate tonight. The moment I just say on my plate, I just felt hungry. You know, hunger is, what's that word? Hunger is psychological. You're probably not feeling hungry until your friend just starts talking about food and hunger, or you just see one picture. Then suddenly, it's Hamatano, dry season. You just hear, and you're wondering, thunder strike for dry season. You know nothing at your belly because hunger is psychological. Okay, so yeah. Yes, Aboki said that's why they need Ready for Marriage for counseling, and I agree with you. That's why you need this platform. Okay, see, if I tell you I'm not perfect, nobody is perfect. We're all learning, but one of the things people know about me is the fact that I can be real, right? If I sabi something, I tell you I sabi, and I'm not saying it pridefully. If I know sabi, you know if he beats me, I go tell you I know sabi. Okay, if I never reach somewhere, I go tell you I never reach, but I go reach. Okay, I didn't used to be two things. So let me expose myself online today. And I'm saying I'm trying to be vulnerable, okay? So we shot a podcast yesterday about vulnerability in relationships, and it's coming out, and you just need to watch it, okay? So I want to be vulnerable. I want to just be transparent with you guys. Two things. I can't share everything, but I'll just share two with you. I didn't always used to be a giver. No, I didn't used to be. Relationship helped me. I see some of you that used to form, you think when you say, I don't need a man, you think you are doing the man a favor by saying that. God that instituted relationships knows what. See, the Holy Book said, 2 is better than 1. Why? Because there is a good reward for their labor. If 2 lie together, they create heat. But woe means cursed. Woe is the person who is alone. Okay? So this is how I like to say it in my own version. This is how I like to say it. I like to say, 2 good head is better than 2 head. Which is why you have to be conscious in choosing a partner. 2 good head is better than 2 head. Okay? So I didn't used to be a giver, but relationship made me a giver. I didn't used to be forgiving. Relationship helped me to become forgiving because it now showed me to know that, Baba, this thing where you dey vex on top, you said we did one. So I guys calm down. Okay? So I'm going to move to my last point for tonight, and then we'll make progress. Who's ready for the last point? So the last point for tonight on how to spice up your relationship is, who can guess? You guess, I send you data. Who can guess? Who can guess? Going 1, Aboki surplus is already typing. Aboki surplus, you will not get it. It's not pounded yam. Who can guess the last thing? Who can guess the last thing on my plate, on my list, on how you can spice up your relationship? Aboki surplus, my time is almost up. You are still typing. Should I say it? Should I move on? You cannot win data, sir. You don't know what's on my heart. You are not a prophet. Okay? So the last thing on the list is buy suya often. Don't go and buy onions more than this year. No be that type. When they go pack onions. Pepper. No, not that type. Not that type, sir. Not that type. Not that type. Suya has a way. Do you know how ladies like suya? You know, I know shawarma started taking over. But Baba, there's just something about suya. I'm telling you. There's a mystery behind suya. And that mystery also shows in the fact that they don't sell suya in the afternoon. They don't sell balango. So buy suya more often, okay? So I'm just going to say this as fast as possible. Buy suya more often. Also, go for social events together. Get common interest. Do common things together. If you both love golf, go for golfing together. If you're music people, you love concerts, go for concerts together. It has a way of creating the bond, or strengthening the bond that already exists. But please, as you hang out for your social events, as you go for your concerts and all of that, in between, on your way home, buy suya. Yes, that's the word of the Lord to you this night. Buy suya. And come and tell me, how it went. Buy suya. Okay, so these are just the points I wanted to share with us tonight. I don't have any questions tonight. Aha, you see, even Israel confirms, say, really suya. Yes, yeah, really, yes, suya. If you have not been buying, probably that's why you are single. Believe me, suya gets effect. You talk with your Aboki surplus, you don't talk anything. Hey, Israel, you're welcome. I'm telling you, suya is a mystery. You know when Solomon said there are 7 things, eight things that are a mystery to man. He talked about the way of a man with a maiden. He talked about how spider used to enter a king's court. Okay. Suya is something. No, is in the next whatever I will tell you my testimonials with suya. Okay, but it's been an interesting night. We're out of time. We apologize. We're out of time. But una man say muna they try they come early. If una come early like this, go gist. You feel me? You gist. All right. So, but I hope you've learned beyond just the fun. I hope you've learned. I hope what you didn't necessarily learn as a new stuff. I hope you would emphasize more on what you have heard tonight. Okay, please do well to spice up your relationship. The grass, as they say, is not greener on the other side. You have to make your grass green. Okay, so I'll just run over it for the last time. Send surprise gifts, especially on special days. Send random romantic text messages in the middle of a busy day. Listen more. It has a way of endearing your loved one to you. Pay for a service, especially if you see your partner is struggling because they don't have enough time to do certain chores, or like I said, a spa or whatever it is, or just an interest. Maybe the guy likes to work out. Pay for the next session for the next month. Just pay for a service and make them feel loved, okay? Get his or her friends to call and throw a surprise party for them. And then finally, look at your neighbor and say, bye, suya. Bye, suya. All right, this is all we have for you tonight from the R4M studios, the very place where we'll make it possible for you to connect with that person you've always desired to connect with. I remain prolific, and tomorrow again, 7 p.m. is the time. We're going to be right here to listen to you, get your comments, get your questions. Please do well to share this video so we could get other people to subscribe and enjoy what we get here every night. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye. Suya.